See how this one does. Look, we're having a live stream next Sunday, so everybody's welcome. Because I do satsangs, and some people they wanted to know if I recorded it, but I don't record it because I like things to people to be as comfortable as possible, and so I don't record them. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll do a live stream to give people a taste of maybe how this question answer thing goes. So I'll do a live stream next Sunday at 10 a.m. I'll post it somewhere so you can remember. Black Jesus, White Devil. I like the movie Malcolm X. Did you guys see that? I remember he goes to prison and he gets a dictionary and he writes out every word. Doesn't have anything else to do, so he writes out every word. Not so he can become smart according to mainstream stereotypical definition of smart. He wanted to educate others about how conditioning takes place. For example, the word white means pure, clean, spiritual. The word black is dirty, it's bad, So he was trying to educate people on that so that they don't buy in to this conditioning that we're taught in school, because those programs, they operate, they stay there, and then we get resentment. Look at another being who has a different color, they think they're better than me. Oh man, I gotta regulate. That's playing somewhere on subconscious level, and then you have the history to really back it up. This is how a lot of problems get started. I like that song, Everclear, I think, saying it. White Devil, Black Jesus. Yeah, did you guys hear that? You can watch on YouTube. I thought it was a brother that sang it when I first heard it. I think I was a teenager. But then I realized, oh, he's white. Cool, makes it more fun, more better. That guy doesn't have conditioning. You know what Jesus isn't. It's very superficial level when we look at Jesus as just a human or a man or the color. No, we're talking about Christ's consciousness. This is what we're talking about when this is what the word, Jesus symbolizes or points toward. I mean, who knows what color he was? We weren't there. People believe too much in things they read. This stuff was written over 2,000 years ago. You know how much time there was to manipulate and change, what Jesus actually said? Nobody knows. It's not important, though. We don't have to know. So Jesus is pointing to Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness is when we go beyond the level of creation in humanness, in selfishness. There's some fusion between this human self and, you can say, universal consciousness or God. So Jesus was acting from that point, from that place. Well, the devil is the opposite of all those good qualities. Selfishness, control, arrogance, ego, all that. It doesn't matter what color you are, you can embody Christ consciousness or devil consciousness. This is the point of the message. And here's the irony. You look at the past, the history with slaves and the slave master. So it looks like they make some good movies on that. I don't, you guys can know. I can't. None of the titles come to me at first, but I like watching them. The last one I saw like that was with Will Smith. That was good. He's a good actor. He's just a good actor. He really brings to life the character that the director and the writer are trying to portray. He did really good with this. So you can just Google Will Smith, the last movie where he plays a slave. And so it looks like the white people that were by the way, God's playing all these roles. He's playing the devil, he's playing Jesus, he's playing everything. God doesn't have a form. Yeah, this is the main thing to realize. When you recognize, this is why I made those videos, life is, we're like a video game, a cosmic video game, and God's playing us and all that stuff. It's because that's what's happening. our true essence. When you're in deep sleep, do you even think about any of this stuff? Who you are, what's your color, self-realization, Jesus? You're not even there to even, like, you're not there. You have to be there in order to think about something. See, deep sleep is a more accurate representation of who we really are, formless. Right? So the white people, when they were, had their slaves, it looks like on surface level, like they got a good deal. They weren't. They can make people. Doesn't look this way to people who are conscious, but I'm just, you guys follow me. Yeah, I like to get rid of the people who they're so like in their mind, they say, oh, he said this, and I'm like, please, man, if you don't have the consciousness or intelligence to know what I'm saying, then you need to, like, I don't know, go watch TED Talk or something. So the white people looked like they were they were running things. They got a good deal, and they didn't get in trouble. They didn't go to prison. They didn't have any punishment. The slaves are the ones that had punishment. But look how God works, and this movie demonstrates that. Will Smith, the character, had a humility and depth about him that these slave masters will. Well, number one, the karma that they're going to incur because of the actions that they did, number one, that's going to set them back for who knows how many lifetimes. Then, when that's burned out, they're going to have to start now to wake up spiritually, because this is evolutionary law. Well, Will Smith, so on paper, it looks like his character had a bad deal. He did. On a temporary level, he had a really bad deal. But he was driven to your depth. This is why I make videos talking about our circumstances. Some of us have much worse than others. That will catapult your spiritual progress and awakening on a level that most people they're not going to get. They don't understand. So that's what happened to his character. You read the biographies of some of these people that were slaves, and also the Holocaust, some of these Jews that also got tortured and had a bad deal. Man, these beings are awake. Their circumstances drove them so deep that this fusion between, you can say, the individual sense of self and their true nature, it's like they don't need to come back here anymore. They probably want to say, thank you, slave master. You freed me eternally. Now you're going to be like stuck in hell for who knows how long. Because just because it looks like somebody got away with something here, universe sees everything. And you can apply this in the other way too. You know in your heart you're doing good, for example, but yet the world seems against you, or you're not getting paid the respect that it seems like you should, because like in your heart you're doing good for somebody, you're providing some service, but yet it seems that the dark forces or the situations don't allow you to really flower and reap the good fruits that you're sowing via your good actions. So then your mind's like, what's going on? This isn't fair. Again, universe sees everything. Give it time. This dimension is such a blink of the eye. Man, it doesn't matter. It's one short little life. It's like when you were in high school or college. Like, it mattered when you were there, but like, where's it at now? It's gone. This whole life is like that. So you have plenty of time to experience, you can say, the fruits of your spiritual maturity and good karma and good actions that you've done here. So if you got to go through the grind a little bit and it looks like it's not fair, you somehow have to remember that there's a higher order to things. We can't see it with our little limited narrow mind. We see very superficial level. There's a much deeper intelligence that's working all this out. If we could fast forward to where we're in a more subtle body, because then your perception's more vast, and then you understand everything. If you can somehow know that that's what's going to happen, then that can make life here a little easier, a little more relaxed. All right? So there you go. Are you Black Jesus or the white devil. See you.